Well, tonight a family is homeless. Their home ripped apart by high winds. Their wake-up call this morning, the sound of the roof of their mobile home being torn apart.
First Warn 5 meteorologist Cecilia Gutierrez has more on the damage done in Alamo.
Straight line winds curled from the southeast to the northwest in Alamo early this morning. These winds are caused by a strong downdraft and a thunderstorm. They destroyed power lines, trees, and destroyed the home behind me. This is little Luzar Maldonado's home, mangled and destroyed from a storm this morning.
In the room, when I picked my son up, I saw something coming out, like a whirlwind or something, and everything started flying out, and I started to move my kids where they wouldn't get wet because there was a lot of water.
Big brother Jesus helps in any way he can, making baby formula for his little brothers in the backseat of their car. Their father Romeo says the nightmare started with a glass of water.
It was early in the morning and I woke up to get a glass of water. You can only see the lightning and hear the thunder, and at about 5 o'clock it sounded like hail and rain and stronger winds. And I was going to see the monitor to see what was happening, and suddenly an explosion in the room. And however,
his first thought was to grab his 5 boys. The youngest, 8 months. They hunkered down in an inner room. All of them escaped with just a scratch.
The most important thing for me, as I told my wife, it was destroyed. The most important thing for me is the welfare of my children. A scratch like this is nothing, but life is the most important.
Now, a gaping hole where the roof once was, a side of the house hanging by a thread. The sound of broken glass echoes as you walk toward the house. Insulation scattered in the lot next to theirs. Even pieces of the roof still hanging on a power line. Down the street, fences toppled over.
You have to show assurance, but I was worried for them because it looked pretty ugly. And where I saw the house was leaning on a side, that is where I crossed over and took my wife out and left her there and came to the other room for the other children and took them to the other truck. The other door was easier to open.
The National Weather Service confirms straight-line winds ranging from 60 to 65 miles per hour caused a lot of the damage this morning. Maldonado says, though his home is in shambles, he's happy no one was hurt. Now, the Red Cross is helping the Maldonado family. Mr. Maldonado, hoping to make sure that those repairs take place as soon as possible. And behind me, some of those repairs already starting to take place. The piece of the roof that's hanging on the power line, getting ready to be taken down. Now, the storm didn't stop here this morning. It continued to move north. My colleague Christian Von Preissing was just north of here earlier today. He found more destruction over there. Christian?
The wind this morning was enough to pull this aluminum roof off its base this morning. It happened fast, and it came out of nowhere.
It's kind of scary, though.
Around 5:30 this morning, the sky over San Carlos was rumbling.
I heard a loud noise.
Lydia Maldonado says she was already up watching the morning news. The noise she heard wasn't thunder. It was the sound of what was happening to her roof.
Parking shed was all over the place.
The aluminum roofing on her parking shed peeled off. The pieces were scattered around the lot of her propane services company. It was found hanging against electric wires and hit the vehicles.
The metal sheets were all against the trucks.
An apparent high-speed wind that just tore up her shed and appeared to affect nothing else.
I'm surprised that it just went through here, and I'm lucky that it went through the office.
It caused all this damage earlier today, and she's trying to figure out what happened. The First Warn 5 radar shows the center of the storm hit the San Carlos area around the exact time Maldonado describes. The storm could have brought what's called straight-line winds, created when a thunderstorm causes the wind to blow quickly towards the ground.
It's very strange, like it just went through here, and it was so the wind was so strong.
And this was all that was damaged.
I don't know, I'm still surprised there were some propane tanks there and everything.
She's happy it's all over. And Maldonado says she's going to start on repairs soon to fix this roof and get back to business. In San Carlos, Christian Von Preissing, Channel 5 News.